Welcome to our Hey Qween special edition, RuPaul's DragCon 2018.
Lady Red, can you believe it?
I can't believe it!
We're with Valentina! Oh my God! Yes, Queen!
Stunning, America. That's stunning.
Hey, Queen!
Hey, Queen.
Hey, sweets. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Look at her!
I'm a fake woman.
Hey!
Aquaria!
Oh my God.
Hi, how are you?
Look like the one today, bitch.
May we approach the bench? May approach the bench, and I'm gonna hold you in contempt, mother.
People that are bringing their kids to this and are supporting their kids and teaching their kids. I couldn't even go see Pat Benatar because my mom said she was a witch. And so let alone go to a drag queen convention.
In its fourth fabulous year, RuPaul's DragCon is the world's largest drag convention. Under the watchful eye of Mother Ru, fans from all over the world gather to celebrate all things drag, meet their favorite Drag Race stars, pick up sickening merch, and of course, to cut up Kiki and have a gay old time. We sure did.
It's DragCon 2018, girl.
Hey, Queen!
Hello, my little gay babies, and welcome to the Hey Qween DragCon special! Ever since its inception, DragCon has been the place to be, and we here at Hey Qween have been there since the very beginning, honey. But for this year, for DragCon 2018, we turned up the gadgetry to 100 like never before. Lady Red, honey, what did you think of DragCon? First of all, you survived.
I made it. Oh, but it was so wonderful. So many booths, so many girls, so much merchandise, so many queens.
Yes, it was like Queen-a-Palooza.
Yes, it was.
Every queen that you could want was there in a beautiful little diorama.
Yes.
And the great thing was this year we got to chat to some queens we have never had on Hey Qween before, as well as some of our favorites who spilled some major tea for us. So check out some of our greatest interview moments with some of the sickening queens at RuPaul's DragCon 2018.
Hey, Queen!
How did you meet your mother, my sister, Miss Sharon Needles? How did you do that?
Well, she's just actually right over there at the booth. I just knocked on her door and it was like, hi, can you be my drag mom? Can you teach me to do this today? No, we met a long time ago. I was a big fan of hers right when the promo footage and stuff for season 4 came out. And I was a big fan of the show and I was a huge fan of her because she was just bringing something different to what I knew of drag, at least.
Yeah.
And, you know, we would just like hang out in Philly whenever she was in town. She'd always be very friendly. Just like a cool bud and we like connected on a brain level. You know, she likes to with me. I am very easy to with. And
y'all like alcohol, right?
Absolutely. We definitely have that in common.
Absolutely.
Now, you've been on Work the World, which is a lot of divas in one place. I thought having just you and Dida on the same tour was a lot of beautiful divas, but y'all, that's a lot of big personalities on Work the World. How has it been going, and how is the dressing room teased?
Girl. But I tell you, bitch, it should be felt like, I'm telling you, Drag Race is great and everything, but the shit that goes on backstage at these tours.
Right.
And on the bus is like next level entertainment. Like there are so many iconic moments that would be like the most iconic ever. I mean, I can't even, like, you just have to be there to see it.
Right.
But yeah, it's a lot of big personalities. We get into, we're all sisters, obviously, but
right.
Sisters fight. Like,
yes.
you fight with your siblings, bitch. Like, That's just a part of it. There's fights, there's trade.
Oh, I bet Grindr is blowing up.
There's the road trade, international road trade.
International
Girl, we
road
have
trade.
queens bringing trade onto the bus.
Oh, girl.
Yes,
oh
twinks.
Oh, my God.
Queens bringing twinks on. You would love it.
I would love it.
You would love it.
I don't think I would fit in the bunk, though, unfortunately.
No.
You kept your...
Latrice takes the whole back room, girl.
Now, you've managed to strike a very not easy to achieve balance of a muscly man people want to and a queen everyone's celebrating. How did you make it happen?
Well, I'm slowly becoming just the queen because I've had 0 gym time, so I'm about to be skinny, y'all. Sorry about it. No, I love like putting the line down the center. It's like girl, boy, and I love that line in between the two and just separating those two. That's my favorite thing about me is the transformation.
How was your boss Drag Race changed my life? Well, it showed me that I could get through a surgery and a rehabilitation that I was afraid of before, and now I'm back stronger than ever. It taught me how to truly be myself and not worry about what others thought of me. It has pushed me in a further direction towards body positivity, and it has given me a platform to be able to help take care of my sick mother and my family and be a staple for them. So literally, she's changed every aspect of my life.
Well, you were the snack of your season. Are people always still trying to get in your pants? Drag Race fans chasing you down?
I mean, these days people like to tell me that I look different somehow. What is it? It's different. It's called I'm not 23 anymore. You know, we grow up, we get a little older, and we stop caring about like looking hot for everybody all the time. So
you still look pretty hot.
Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, I'm not a snack. I'm an entree.
That's right. How about that? Now, girl, you came on Hey Qween and you slayed the game. You did not hold any tea back. You gave it to them. Full truth, full tea, no O's. What was your experience after the episodes came out?
I was hungover. Because Vicky and I got wasted, which is why we were spilling all of the tea.
Yes.
And having all the fun with you. It was honestly so much fun and so great. And
it was. And Vicky was so great, too. She was slaying the game, sweetie.
People were mad because they were like, oh, Vicky's taking over. I was like, I had 4 episodes by myself, and then we all joined together. So y'all can calm the down. And it was, you know, we don't get to see each other that often. And that's how we are together. It's who can yell over who. The loudest.
We've seen this year more of a spotlight and an awareness from you guys in the competition of how race plays into how the fans see you and how perception is very important, especially with Vixen calling out Aquaria for the tears and all that. It's a very delicate and weird issue with the Drag Race fans, but it's been something that's been bubbling up for years. With this strong season of Black Queens coming together, what do you think that the fans are taking away that's different, or what can they learn in terms of the experience that's different for Black Queen going through Drag Race?
I think what they can learn, hopefully, is to look at things with open eyes and an open mind. More this season than ever, I feel like our cast of 14 girls is an accurate representation of our community, but also our country. And I think every issue, every scenario that you have seen on our show directly correlates or relates to something that we're dealing with in the real world. And I think more than ever now, people can watch our episodes and see, you know, Dusty's story about growing up with her parents, you know, Miss Cracker's story about, you know, not having a lot of money when she was a kid, the rivalries between the Vixen and EUREKA or the Vixen and Aquaria or anything. Those are all real issues that people are really dealing with. And so I'm hoping that people are looking at that and they're seeing themselves in EUREKA, or they're seeing themselves in the Vixen, or they're seeing themselves in or in Aquaria or Miss Cracker, and saying, okay, now I see other people's perception. And I have said time and time again, perception unchallenged is reality.
There's been a lot of talk about you having done drag for only 10 months before, but I was like, well, she only did drag 10 months publicly. You seem like someone who's been dreaming of your superstardom and what you wanted to do for way ahead of that.
Yeah, I really was. I feel like I've been preparing my whole life for something, and I think it was this. It was really this. I would interview myself in the mirror. I would submerge myself underwater and open up my eyes and pretend I was in a music video. Then I would get out of the bath, and then my towel would become a skirt, a turban, an off-the-shoulder Grecian goddess gown, all of it. But not only that, but I'd been studying the performing arts, playing with makeup for a long time. When I said 10 months, it meant professionally. I had my first gig, I got paid, and I was on a stage.
Right.
But before then, I was only playing with makeup, and every now and again just going out in drag, just doing looks. Like one time I did Dragula, one time I went to go see Showgirls at Mickey's, but I wasn't a performer, I wasn't a drag queen yet.
Yeah.
And then the 10 months before Drag Race was my first official booking, and that's when I said to myself, I'm officially a real drag queen. Yeah.
Now, when you went home on your season, that must have been a shot through the heart. And then did you know what was to come? Did you think that it was all going to turn out even better than you winning? Or did you have a couple months where you're sitting at home being like, I blew it, it's all over?
It was a really hard time for me. I went through a lot. I'm great that I was able to like turn around, and because I couldn't remember it. Right. That was the frustrating part, and that's what had me going crazy. Was like, wait, I don't remember what happened. Was I there? Like, did it ever happen? Did I even go to Drag Race? Like, that ending was so crazy to me that it like just like scrambled my mind like eggs. And it took me a while, but now I've come to a place where I'm like, damn, that was quite iconic, huh?
Quite iconic. I think maybe the most iconic.
I'd like to keep it on, please. And then, from all these iconic, traumatizing moments, I get to take it to the bank with all this merch, girl.
Yeah, drag's always been there in Thailand, but it hasn't been so mainstream.
No, not at all.
Drag Race Thailand is changing that?
Well, we do hope so. And with drag, it shows like this. It shows people that we're not all about just the nightlife culture. It's all about entertainment, about sharing creativity and being yourself and loving yourself. And it's so great that kids watch the show, or anyone who's not even in the LGBT community to watch this and enjoy it. And then we all come together and have a great gay all day.
You had a lot to say about having to make your own costumes, and this is something when me and Lady Red dream of her on Drag Race, we're like, bitch, you're probably gonna have to do a lot of sewing. How difficult was that, knowing so many other girls had, like Cracker took out a loan and everybody else had a lot of money to do it? How much added pressure was that for you?
I would say it was double. Like, I worked twice as hard as them. You come into the competition equal playing field, except for our sister EUREKA, that's just a fact, no shade. But I know that I have good taste and I'm stunning, so I'm gonna sell it. That's the main thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell the out of whatever I make. But it was hard as because I would have to make my stay up, stone, whatever, and like learn these songs. Like, this was hard.
Yeah.
Hard. But I did the damn thing.
Yes, you did.
America knows my name. The nations of the world know my name, darling. This is my time.
Yes, it is.
Hey Qween.
Now, one of the most popular parts of DragCon are all the amazing panels. Honey, the stars were out in full force at DragCon, right, Lady Red?
Yes, they were.
Oh my goodness! I mean, you could see all your favorite stars talking about all your favorite things, from the live fashion photo review with Aja and Raja. Ooh. Girl, those are two Jaws. I want to know.
Come on, Jaja.
To, of course, your drag cousin, Miss Jasmine Masters class panel, honey.
Love her.
The children were officially gagged. In fact, all the queens gagged and informed the crowd all weekend long. But of course, our favorite panel was the live Hey Qween interview with my old friend, my old sister from back in the day, and RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9 superstar, Peppermint.
Hey Qween.
Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing?
Yeah.
Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween, live at DragCon with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Give it up for Lady Red. Well, hey, Queens.
Oh.
Girl, how y'all enjoying DragCon? It's like Starapalooza up in here. Lady Red, how have you been doing? Now, first of all, can we talk about Lady Red's new addition to our family? her 2 new titties.
It's been a long road, and I'm glad I waited.
That's sherbet and sorbet.
Right. Baby, when I tell you I am so grateful to have breasts that are ample, gorgeous, and can withstand a good coming.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Lady Red tried to wear those to her job at MedMen, and she came home and said, I can never wear those to work again. Because they were too much and people were harassing you on the street.
Too much. They're too big. Like, okay, I work the register sometimes. And those who worked the register before, you know there's a distance that you need. And, bitch, I just can't get it. And then they got the thing where it's under the register, so you got to duck down like this. Baby, when all I saw was nippleetta, I was like, oh, what's your total? Oh, baby, I don't even know if we can ring you up today. I'm so sorry.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Now, Mr. Adam Joseph is on tour right now, but we have the beautiful EUREKA OʻHARA.
Hey, Queen. Hi. How are you?
We're giving a family flower type of tea today.
It was totally unplanned. I just dropped a little message in the ether, and y'all picked it up, I guess.
Oh.
Everybody picked it up.
Oh.
Flowers for everyone.
Y'all enjoy EUREKA when she does her weird EUREKA versions of all the guest theme songs when she's the guest band leader? What are your greatest hits?
Trevor Moran. That's a good one. Trevor Moran.
Wow.
That's a good one. Wait, Trinity K. Bonet. Okay. That's a pretty good one.
Because it goes, Trinity.
Oh, my God.
Trinity K.
Oh, God.
Trinity K. Bonet.
Oh, God.
Trinity K. Bonet. I mean, if you want to try to do a song in the style of EUREKA OʻHARA, you just take your own name, you sing it real soft, you sing it real loud, you sing it soft again, you repeat, and you repeat again, then you whisper.
I like the whisper.
All right, so you guys, we have a great show for you today. Our homegirl, our long time friend, we came up with her in New York City in the club. So today is a very special day. And now, Lady Red, you're friends with her, but me and EUREKA have been there since Peppermint was Baby Pep, when she was Peppermint Gummy Bear.
Yeah.
Now, her last name used to be Gummy Bear.
It's true.
All right, well, let's get her out here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the incredible Peppermint! Yeah! Now serve the children! Now serve the children! Now slay the children! Slay the children! Category is stunning! Peppermint, everybody! Look at oh, sweetie! Have a seat at our makeshift table. We look like Joanne's Fabric had a fantastic time.
It's so beautiful.
Here today, Miss Peppermint.
Jonny McGovern, honey.
I was just saying that, we knew you back in the day when the last name was Gummy Bear. That was a long time ago.
I've since gotten a divorce.
You're like, I'm no longer a gummy.
That's right, darling. No, it was too juvenile. I felt like it was so kiddie, but I chose my name before Google existed. So maybe I should have kept something more unique, but I just went with Peppermint. And now when you look me up, it's like you find like Wrigley's gum and breath mints and things.
You'll always be fresh, sweetie. Okay, so let's talk. As you guys all know, Peppermint is making her Broadway debut. Yeah! Girl, Peppermint.
What?
You pulled a trick on them and you won.
I did. I killed the microphone?
No, we can hear you still.
It's not my first time on Broadway, but this time I'm actually inside the building. You know what I mean?
It's Head Over Heels at the Go-Go's musical, right?
It's the Go-Go's musical. It's Head Over Heels. It's a hard show to explain, but it's about love and sex and queerness and acceptance and fabulousness. Great music because it's the Go-Go's. Awesome cast. We have some Broadway legends.
Oh.
And it's a great director, a great creative team. It's like my dream show that I never knew.
Now, you started off as a rope girl at the tunnel.
Oh my God.
Now tell the children about the tunnel, because some of these kids are like, the what, the where, the bridge,
true.
the tunnel.
There was the there were so many places in New York City that you had to go, and the Tunnel was definitely one of them. I worked at a party with Miss EUREKA OʻHARA.
Curfew.
Yes, curfew party at the Tunnel. And that was a place where it felt like in New York City, you would go out to nightlife, not only to enjoy yourself, but to like have an experience. And you knew you were gonna do something that night that was gonna be sexual, drugs, chemical, illegal, or all of the above, and you were okay with it. And you didn't know if you were gonna go there, if you were gonna end up having the best time of your life, or it was gonna be the last night of your life. You did not care. And so everybody felt that way. And so that was the feeling that was in the air that New York City nightlife had and was offering. And so it was a little bit different than it is now, but the Tunnel was great. I learned, I had met some great friends and great people, and I was the rope girl in the early days. And there was the straight entrance or the regular entrance, and then there was the gay party that we worked had its own entrance. And if you went, anybody could go in, but if you went into the gay entrance, it was cheaper. So everybody wanted to go in the gay entrance, and I was in charge of figuring out who that was going to be. And we basically were like, well, you know, if you want to get in this entrance, you got to kiss or do something, show me something. Do a little show.
gay.
Yeah. So there would be straight couples who would see the like $10 sign or whatever it was and would circle back around, and I would see them, and then they would like switch partners, and the guy and the girl would like switch, and then it'd be a guy, you know, two guys, two girls, and they'd be like, we're gay, we need to get in and pay $10. And I'd be like, okay, grab his dick or kiss her thing or lick her titty, do something. And they did it, bitch.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yes, that's Peppermint. God, that was amazing. I love Peppermint. Run, wait, walk, sweetie. Category is Peppermint, slaying the game. One of the most memorable parts of Peppermint season is when, at the end of the season, all top 4 girls were gagged as much as America was gagged when they pulled that epic lip sync twist for the finale. And I've been dying to hear from Peppermint's mouth how that really felt and what was going on in her mind during that epic gaggatry.
The finale of your season of Drag Race, the lip sync surprise, which it gagged all of us, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I want to know how it felt to be one of the queens who was gagged by it, and the time frame and what that experience was like. Because you think, all right, I made it to the top 4. We're about to have this finale. When did they spring it on you that you'd be lip syncing, and what was going through your head?
They told us we had a couple of days before. We knew something was up because they were acting kind of funny. They were acting real kind of funny, honey, you know? And I'm used to, I can spot when somebody's acting a little shady. So, before that, we had the episode that would have gotten us to the final 3, because we made it to the final 4, and then we had to do a challenge and everything, which I think was like episode 12. This was the episode before the finale. And that's when we all have to lip sync for our lives, and then they tape different endings. And so we really didn't know if they were going to, we all had to go home. I went home, we all got disqualified, and we were walking out of the room and getting ready to get out of drag, and we're like, well, it's gonna be one of us. It was nice knowing you ladies. And I had, up to that point, let's be real, had the worst performance and track record on the show. I'd won the least amount of challenges, and I was also in the bottom the most of all the girls that were left. So I'd sent home Alexis, and then I thought, oh gosh, I'm the one who's next. It's just the numbers. And so I was resigned to thinking that I was gonna go home. And then they called us back into the room before we got out of drag, and they're like, bitches, something was wrong with the tape. Something went wrong, the tape deleted or something that felt real fishy. I'm like, come on, World of Wonder, the tape deleted? And so we put us back on stage, and Rue's there, and she's like, we're keeping all 4 of you. And something about that just felt so real. We kind of knew that, okay, this is what they meant. And I gotta be real, I turned it out at that last episode before the finale, so I think I made a good case for not getting cut. And so then for the finale, they kept us in the dark. We had like a month or 2 off. They kept us in the dark, and they told us like a week before, you're gonna have to lip sync and do a performance. We had no idea how it was gonna go down, what we were gonna be lip syncing. We found out very last minute. And so I was only happy because I had hadn't gotten cut, and B, I was going to have the opportunity to do what kept me there in the show in the first place. So I really wasn't that worried about performing, you know.
Did you like get your panel of New York experts together and be like, I have to pull a stunt, and it's going to be the skirt stunt, because like it was the stunt. I mean, the biggest stunt queen of them all won with her rose petal stunt. But I mean, did you know? Did you see that as it happened? Did you know other girls were going to be pulling tricks?
Well, we were in the back. The girls are always pulling tricks, honey. We were in the back getting ready in the dressing room, and I saw all the other girls kind of yes, I knew about Sasha. I knew about the rose petals. I knew about some of the stuff that she was going to do. And so, yeah, you kind of see everybody getting dressed, but you don't know how they're going to use it. So for me, I was in the back trying to figure out how I was going to stuff that huge grandma dress into this little mini skirt and, like, you know, make it look convincing. So I was really focused mostly on myself. And I honestly didn't know exactly how that was going to go down until it happened, you know? But it went well.
It went well.
On a more serious note, during the panel, Peppermint really opened up to us and talked about her experience of coming out as trans to the whole world at one time.
Oh my God.
So we know that that is not an easy thing to do just to your friends and family,
Right.
but to do it on the platform of RuPaul's Drag Race in front of the whole world, that is something else.
You're experiencing your journey to where you are today as a trans woman who's been really promoting trans rights and being a face for trans people everywhere, which is truly amazing, sweetie, because I was hanging out with you at the damn club, and now I'm seeing you all over the place just doing so much important stuff. It's really incredible. But now, when we knew you, that wasn't, you know, that was something we could feel, but it wasn't something you talked about.
Absolutely not. You know, I think so. The way that we grew up and when we were coming up, when we were in the clubs, the drag still kind of had a different connotation and a different connection to people. And I just think that we weren't ready to really talk about the trans existence the way that I was experiencing it. We, of course, had fabulous trans women
all in
who
our
were
lives.
around, and all up in our lives.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it was a very separate thing from drag for the most part, especially the way that everyone else connected to it. And so when I would start to, I think before, for me, maybe not for everyone, but before I felt like coming out, maybe other people can identify with this, I needed to kind of test things out and feel them out and kind of experience them before I was making any kind of declaration. So when I would do some of those things, wear a little makeup during the day, you know, go out with a more female-leaning presentation during the day, others would jump to a conclusion and try to write that story for me. And they would kind of be like, you know, you ain't going to transition, are you? And that just didn't feel very safe for me.
Right.
So I wasn't ready. And then, so I decided to kind of do it under the cover of my drag, which was just much easier because people were accepting that.
Yeah.
They'll accept your drag, they'll love the show, they'll come to the show, they'll give you dollars. But then as I witnessed with another one of our friends who I know you all know, a really popular queen who was just turning it out in New York City and then started her transition, who we now know as Mila Jam. Things didn't go as smooth for her because she still needed to make money. It was still New York City. You still had to pay them bills. And now she's got a transition that she has to try to, you know, figure out what she's going to do. And she lost all of her shows.
Right.
And so that kind of was a signal to me that, oh, maybe this is not really my community. That's how it felt.
You were like, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on a television show in front of the world.
It'll be historic, darling. Write it down.
You do know how to pull a New York City stunt, sweetie. You do know how to pull a New York City stunt. Now,